Yeah, loads to come this evening, but we start at Arsenal and question marks over whether Mikel Arteta's approach could cost them in pursuit of a first title since 2004. Gabriel Martinelli came off the bench to rescue a point against Manchester City yesterday, but the talk after the game was all about the Arsenal manager.
I'm not patronising them in any way, shape or form, but you've got to win a title or else you will not be remembered. That's it.
Man City were there for the taking at the start of this game, and he's allowed them to come into the game. And it's just a recurring pattern season after season. And if you're Mikel Arteta and Arsenal or an Arsenal sport, you've just got to hope that doesn't cost you at the end of the season.
A few managers I've played under, particularly at club level, I always thought were gamblers. Brian Clough and Alex Ferguson. They were gamblers, they were all about winning and they got the rewards.
That's the bit that I've got in doubt about Arsenal, and it isn't going to go away until someone proves me wrong, but I've got a lot of love for them and I like them and they're a good side and I like watching them play, but they've got to take the handbrake off.
Got to take the handbrake off. So we heard there then Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, Roy Keane, all it seems like questioning whether Mikel Arteta can lead Arsenal to the title. So what does Clinton Morrison think? What's your view?
I think he can lead them to it. I know what they're talking about because the Liverpool game, they don't think they had a goal. But if you go to Liverpool and go and have a goal and you get opened up, people are going to complain. But I totally get it. They were dominant in stages in that Liverpool game, but Liverpool come away with the win. And then also at the Man City game. And I know what they're saying. They played that midfield three and maybe Eze should have played in a 10. I want Eze to play in that 10. But that same midfield three went to Atletico in the midweek and put on a good performance. So it was probably hard to rotate that and change up that midfield three. So I understand what the pundits are saying. I totally get it. They do want them to be on the front foot and taking it to teams like Man City. But it's not always that easy. It ain't always that easy. And Mikel Arteta's no fool. He knows this is a big season. He knows he has to be challenging for the Premier League and he knows he has to win a trophy this season. And second half, I thought they were outstanding, Arsenal. They deserved that.
But that was once they'd made the change, I guess.
Well, they should have, yeah. But the thing is Madueke was playing well. He only came off because of a slight injury. But Saka came on and made a difference. The thing I've highlighted is you pay that much money for Eze, and Eze likes to play. I know you see him at Palace and he plays on that left-hand side, but it's in the number 10 row. Eze wants to play in them little pockets, and you see the pass for Martinelli. So I agree with what they're saying there. What a pass. He should be starting. That is why you bought Eze.
He should have started over Marino.
Yeah, for sure. I do think that. But as I said, Mikel Arteta knows his formation, knows the players that he wants, and he has what he now calls it, which I don't really like, starters and finishers. Starters and finishers. And obviously Eze and Martinelli, they came on, and Saka, they were the finishers and got them a point. But what a finish that was.
Were Arsenal disappointing for you in that first half? Because
yeah.
Look, I think for most people, they went into that game as favourites.
Yeah, they did. We all thought it. We sat on there on Soccer Saturday and thought it would be surprised if Man City got something from them, the way Arsenal had been playing. So they did go into it as favourites. But you got to credit Man City. I thought they parked the bus. It was a very unlike Pep performance, but that's why Pep Guardiola is one of the best managers, because he can change like that. And the way Arsenal are playing at the moment, he probably thought we can't keep possession like we usually do when we're playing against teams like Arsenal, so we're going to have to mix our game up. And they did, and they nearly got the 3 points. But I totally get what you're saying. First off, Arsenal were flat. The only one who looked to spark was Madueke, who was causing a lot of problems. But yeah, they should have been on the front foot. But he made the changes at half-time, and they thoroughly deserved something in the end.
Just to move on then, I know you already touched on City there. Does it feel like they're kind of just, I don't know, moving through the gears at the moment? That looked like a really disciplined performance. Obviously, Arsenal, they were piling the pressure on, and they came undone, late on. But does it feel like they're kind of getting back to where they need to be?
Yeah. Listen, it's not the City that we've seen before, but they've lost a lot of top players. It's going to take time, and he knows how to adjust, that manager. He is one of the best, if not the best out there. So he knows how to adjust, and that's what he's done. He's saying, I'm not going to the Emirates to try and out-football them when Arsenal are in such good form and have such strong players that can cause them a lot of problems. His big disappointment would be, for over 90 minutes, they defended brilliantly. The one time they switch off is Eze's got time on the ball. For the life of me, I don't know why they're trying to play offside, because the whole game, they've defended near enough their 6-yard box and done it brilliantly. The one time that they squeeze up and Ake doesn't pass him on to Guardiola, and Guardiola can't see him there, and that's the decision and they end up conceding. So he'd have been disappointing because they looked like they were going to get the 3 points. And one thing I will say is Donnarumma is an outstanding goalkeeper, one of the best. He makes it easy for Martinelli because I'm thinking once Martinelli takes that touch, Guardiola could get back at him and Donnarumma's on his line and can make the save. It's a difficult finish on his left foot. But once he comes out, it makes it easy for Martinelli. But it's a great finish from Martinelli.
Yeah. What about the other finish then? Came from Erling Haaland, who got the opener. His work rate, again, was excellent. It wasn't just at the top end. He was back defending again.
Listen, he hears what people saying he doesn't do enough outside the box. This season, he's been a man.
He's doing everything.
He's a man on a mission, and he's proving everyone wrong. I thought his hold-up play, the way he was causing Gabriel Saliba problems, I thought he was fantastic. The only disappointing thing he would say is when he was played through in the second half, with the form Haaland's in, you would expect him to score away. It was straight at Raya, but you can't be too critical of him. I thought his goal was outstanding. I don't know for the life of me, once he plays around the corner, Gabriel's got to take him down. Because in a race like that, he's not beating him there. And the timing of the pass from Reinders was good. And the finish, never in doubt. One of the, if not the best striker in the world.
I was going to say, would you swap him for any other striker?
No, I wouldn't. I have to give a special mention.
And if you would, who?
No, I wouldn't, but I'd give a special mention to Harry Kane, because what he's doing at Bayern Munich, it's no easy feat. The numbers are fantastic. He's a fantastic footballer. But now I wouldn't swap him with anyone. Haaland, he's fantastic. This guy is the truth. I like that word, the truth, and he is the truth. He's an outstanding striker, and he looks like he's got his mojo back, and he's enjoying leading the line, and he loves it. There was none of that theatrics we've seen previously with him and the Arsenal defenders. Nah, it was my head's on. I want to get a result. It was fantastic. We didn't even see the celebration because he was thinking, I'll do that if I get another one. It was early. But yeah, he was outstanding.
So then doubts, I suppose, remain over whether Arsenal can take, well, the step up, really, from runners-up to title winners. Victor Gyökeres was signed this summer, of course, to try and help them do just that. But former Arsenal striker Emmanuel Adebayor doesn't think that Gyökeres is the man to do it.
I saw the guy playing. I saw him playing a couple of times. Don't take anything out of his ability, of his quality. Great player. But is he the one that can win you the league? I don't think so. And a player that can win you the league, you will see it after 3-4 games. When Erling Haaland joined Man City after 6 games, he had maybe 10 or 11 goals. We all knew that, okay, he's going to bring something he will take them to another level. And he actually did. They won the Champions League with him. So when you see Gyökeres playing now, great player, great finisher, great striker. But the way they're playing, I don't think he will score. He will end up scoring maybe 15 to 20 goals in the season. He's not the guy that will score you 30 goals in a season or 40. Because to take them to another level, which is going to win the Champions League or win the Premier League, you have to have a player that can score you 30 to 35 goals easily. But they don't have that in a.
So him effectively saying there, Adebayor, that he's not going to score enough goals for Arsenal to go on and win the title. Agree with that? It's early days, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he'll score 30 to 40 goals. Listen, the only people that are getting those kind of numbers are Salah and Haaland, and they're world class. Other strikers are not getting those numbers. But the thing with what Arsenal have signed is quality all over the pitch. So Saka, they were so reliant on Saka's goals. So Saka can contribute. Odegaard, Madueke, Eze, Martinelli's contributing, Trossard, Gyökeres. Gyökeres just has to stay in the 6-yard box and score goals. These was obviously the goals he scored against Leeds, and yeah, he does need to contribute more. I think maybe what Adebayor is maybe saying is in the big games, that is what Arsenal have signed him for. In the big games, that is where he needs to deliver. But if they've got other players that are stepping up and he's contributing with assists and making it difficult for defenders, then I understand what he's saying, though.
I suppose that's the question, though, isn't it? It's like, yeah, they want players that can contribute, but then as your kind of main striker, don't you want him getting?
Oh yeah, in the big games, that's why you've signed him and paid that money to step up in these big games and score goals. Same way Haaland stepped up against Arsenal. He's a fantastic player, but Gyökeres is not Haaland. Haaland's on a different level. It's the same with Isak. Isak will step up for Liverpool. Ekitike at the moment stepping up for Liverpool and scoring goals. This is what these number 9s do. And obviously, he's still scoring goals at the moment, but I think what Arsenal want him to do is against the big teams. But they have signed a lot of players that can contribute and not put all the pressure that is on Gyökeres. But yeah, I still think he will score 15 to 20 goals, because you should do in that Arsenal team. If you don't, something seriously wrong.
Yeah, just take a little bit of time, maybe.
Yes, it would.
Just to let you know as well, of course, it is the Ballon d'Or ceremony over in Paris tonight. You sadly no, and I think that's kind of moments come and gone for you, actually.
Yeah, it never came in my career, so don't worry about that.
You could win Pundit of the Year.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'll take that. Ceremony.